All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jean. Oh, sorry about that. Going back to the title slide. My name is Jean, and it's an honor to be able to host these sessions for you all. So this week, what we are going to be talking about mainly is beginner's mind, the mindful quality of beginner's mind, and specifically going for a walk. So, a beginner's mind is one of the 10 qualities of mindfulness. But what does it actually mean to have a beginner's mind? Well, having a beginner's mind means seeing things as if seeing them for the first time, with openness, receptivity, and curiosity. Seeing with fresh eyes can bring back a sense of wonder and awe to people, situations, and moments that have become ordinary, which then invites gratitude and joy. So even if we've seen something for every day, we see them often, having a beginner's mind allows us to observe different things and appreciate what we are able to see with our eyes every day, whether it be people or places or things. And another thing that we are going to be talking about with relation to seasons is impermanence. And impermanence reminds us that nothing stays as it is, whether it be in nature, whether our bodies, emotions, political systems, and family dynamics. So it's important because things are never permanent to connect, savor, and enjoy your life as it was and as it is in each moment. So trying to pay attention to what's happening in the present moment and relishing. So going for a walk. Walking meditation is a joyful way to practice mindfulness with movement, because keep in mind that when we talk about mindfulness, we're not just talking about meditating and staying still, but mindfulness can happen with movement. The most important quality of mindfulness would be, of course, relating to your mind and how your state of mind is. So during mindful walking, you discover the stable feeling of the ground that is always there supporting you. And as with sitting meditation, your mind will wander and you will become distracted because that's natural. But you can always return your attention. You can use the contact of your feet with the ground as a sort of anchor for you to grab your attention to the present. There is no single right way to do it. You can walk at a very slow pace and concentrate on each movement of the foot and coordinate your breath. You can also walk at a regular pace and move with speed. So it's all up to you. You can experiment and find ways to practice that fits your style, that fits your schedule, and the location that you're practicing this walking in, whether it be at home, inside, or outside. So with relation to impermanence, well, as we can see, when we're walking, especially when we're outside, we can enjoy these surroundings because as we've talked about in previous sessions, when we actually pay attention and enjoy the surroundings around us when we're exercising or just being active, we have an overall better experience. And when we remember that experience, it will be more positive because naturally nature is pretty therapeutic. But we also see that that nature changes. It's not permanent, like we talked about before. So it's important to enjoy what each season brings, whether it be spring, as we can see here with the cherry blossoms, summer, where everything is green and warm, and fall, where we can see the beautiful leaves that fall down from the trees, and then winter in some places where you can see snow. So we can observe in each season. That could be something for you to do, and a mindful exercise for you to do when you are walking outside in a park, for example. Observe how the park looks different, whether it be from each day. How did it look different from yesterday? What has changed? What do you appreciate about your surroundings? For example, maybe you really enjoy hearing the birds chirping, or you really enjoy looking at the flowers, and see how things change over time. This is how we can best observe the impermanence of basically everything around us. But also, this impermanence teaches us to appreciate what is in the present moment, because nothing is the same. Even if you go from second to second, obviously it's not as observable in a shorter amount of time, but everything changes. So it's important to appreciate what's in the present moment. And here's just a painting style of the four seasons. It's painted by oil on canvas, and it's a very pretty painting. As we can see, this is the winter, where we have a lot of snow, transitioning to spring and transitioning to summer, and then fall. So, what are some things that we can do to help us have a better mindful walking experience? Well, first thing that we want to do is to find a peaceful place to walk. For example, like in the background here, we are on a trail, and in my opinion, this place looks like a pretty peaceful place to walk. For me, peaceful places would be either a park or a trail, and finding your surroundings obviously influence a lot of your state of mind, and can also help calm you down at a peaceful place. And then you can walk in just one direction. For example, if you're walking on a trail, then you would just walk along the trail in one direction. Or if you have a smaller space, such as a gym or someplace inside, maybe you can make certain laps, walking back and forth slowly and mindfully, and enjoy letting go of the tendency to hurry somewhere, because this is a time where you can practice mindful walking. So another thing that we can do is to try slow mindful walking. So at the beginning, I did say that you can set your own pace, but one thing that you can try also is slow and mindful walking. So the way that we would do this is we lift our right foot with awareness as we inhale. So we're going to basically coordinate our feet movement with our breaths. So lifting our right foot with awareness as we inhale, putting heel down first, and then toes down as you exhale. And then shift your weight to the right foot. And then now go to your left foot. Lift your left foot with awareness, breathing in, putting it down heel first, placing the toes down, and then breathing out. And then shifting your weight to the right foot, lifting with awareness, putting your heel down first, and then toes down as you exhale, And then you can repeat this for the right and left foot. Walking slowly for at least 10 minutes. And finally, we can observe gently our surroundings. There's a difference between noticing something and thinking about it. So what we want to do is we want to notice our surroundings, but we don't necessarily want to think about them. So can you simply see what is right there in front of you without your mind pivoting towards a stream of thoughts that will distract you from the present moment? For example, if you see an apple tree and without trying to recall all of the ingredients in that apple pie recipe that you love. So just observing, oh, it's an apple tree, or oh, there's flowers, and they're purple. So basic things, and trying to not let them kind of start a chain reaction that will distract your mind at the present moment. Same goes for your ability to directly experience the walk. So can you recall or can you feel the warm summer evening breeze on your face? And can you feel, can you hear birds chirping? Can you feel the rocks that you are stepping over, or the soil that you're stepping on outside if you're taking a walk outside? Notice where your attention goes. It's natural for our minds to wander and get distracted while walking, but bring yourself back to the walking. Just only walking, only focusing on putting on that slow mindful walking that we talked about earlier, that simple procedure, doing it over and over again. And this can help you to cultivate focus and awareness within your surroundings. Right, so now that we've talked about this, we are going to transition to our mindful practice for the week. But before we do that, I would like us all to take 3 deep breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right. This is going to be a 4K nature walk. So hope you all enjoy it. So sorry about that, and I paused the recording so that we can get started with our mindful practice now. Let me make sure that I shared my sound and enjoy. All right. Now that we have finished our mindful practice, we will transition to our discussion section. So, discussing the questions, how did you feel when envisioning walking mindfully? We weren't required to do this, but one thing that you could have done with the walking exercise is to envision yourself as if you were walking mindfully, since it was like a nature walk. Now that a lot of the pandemic has gotten a little bit better, where are some places we can practice mindful walking? And what mindful qualities do we use in walking meditation? So, what I envisioned when walking mindfully, I envision like typically I go on nature walks with my family. So I envision myself like walking mindfully as if I were doing so on a nature trail. And some places that I practice mindful walking or mindful running is every day in my neighborhood. I go outside to exercise, and other places could be nearby parks or trails. And the gym, if that's somewhere that you go to. What mindful qualities do we use in walking meditation? Personally, I think we do use awareness, being aware of our surroundings. We also use beginner's mind that we talked about earlier, but we have to do so intentionally. So what mindful qualities can we use in walking meditation? We can use beginner's mind to observe our surroundings as if we were seeing them for the first time, even though that's likely not the case if you aren't traveling somewhere. We can also keep in mind of the impermanence of our surroundings and using that as a sort of a reason to observe our surroundings more intentionally, because it will be different next time. And taking in our surroundings while we are walking, this helps our sort of exercise be more, when we reflect back on it, it would seem like a more positive experience, right? Because we were intentionally observing our surroundings. All right, and this is just a picture of a nearby park in Georgia. And as you can see, it has very good scenery, and it's a very nice place to have a walk. So if you're thinking about picking places, there are different parks like these, maybe not like this one, but similar to these that you can definitely use to have some good downtime or free time whenever you are free. And we're going to end the session with a quote relating to what we talked about this week. Life is available only in the present. That is why we should walk in such a way that every step can bring us to the here and now. And thank you all so much for joining me today for this week's Mindful Moment session. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a great and mindful week ahead.